Hi everybody, John Cottrell here of MBODY Yoga, and this is Soft Flow Yoga. Thanks for joining me. In our practice today, we're going to be doing some variations of plank pose. So plank pose will work our forearms, our upper body, our shoulders, and our lats. So let's get started with a comfortable seated position. So sit on something soft like a blanket. I'm sitting on a blanket. You can sit on a pillow if you'd like, or even double up on your yoga mats. You can cross your legs, but you don't have to cross your legs for this. If you feel that you need to extend your legs, that's perfectly fine. Just make sure you're sitting up nice and tall. Feel the length in your spine. You can also close your eyes if you'd like, or if you keep your eyes opened, just take a soft, easy gaze forward, even down at the ground. Let's start with a few deep breaths. Full breath in just to feel the expansion in your lungs, filling up your heart space. And exhale for the release. Again, breathing in fully and completely. And exhale. Good. As you're breathing, just notice how your body is responding to your breath. I can feel my shoulders rise when I inhale. My belly expands, my chest. And exhale, the shoulders relax. The belly goes down, the chest goes down. One more time, fill yourself up. And release. Let's add a little arm work here. On your next breath in, just inhale, reach out and up, big stretch, reach for the ceiling. And exhale, extend your arms out and then back down. And just feel the energy in your arms, down from your shoulders, elbows, wrists, hands, and fingers. Reaching high. Two more like this. Let's add something on this next one. Here we go. We're going to inhale, take both arms up. On the exhale, just bring the right arm down, maybe just your hand on the floor. Inhale, keep reaching high towards the sky with the left arm. And exhale, just lean and bend over to the right. Doesn't have to be too far. Just can you feel this lengthening down through the side of your body. And this will be doing lats, or some work for your lats, your latissimus muscles. That's part of your back muscles here, and I call it your wings. It's just right underneath the armpit. So this is a good stretch. So we're going to inhale, come all the way back up with both arms. Let's do the other side. Exhale, let's take left arm down. We're going to inhale, reach up, lengthening. Exhale, a little bend over to the left. Doesn't have to be too far, just enough until you start to feel a lengthening sensation kind of down below the armpit area, that lat area right through here, your wings, and even down past the ribs to your waistline. And we'll inhale and come all the way back up with both arms, and exhale, arms down to your side. And maybe a little circle of the shoulders, big circles here. A few times backward, and a few times forward. All right, let's move to some spinal work here. Warm up the spine and back body. Let's come to our hands and knees, and you can always use some padding if you'd like for your knees and hands here. Starting in our tabletop posture. Inhale to cow, it's our back bend. We're tipping the chin up, feel the heart opening. There's the arched back, pelvis tips back. On the exhale, tuck the pelvis under. Feel the belly button draw up towards spine, that wonderful rounded sensation through the back body, chin to chest. Inhale, tip pelvis back. There's the heart opening. And exhale, cat pose, rounding it all out. I'm going to do another version of this one because that also will tap into our latissimus muscles. But here, just feel the wonderful undulation of the spine. That rocking of the hips just to open up through the pelvic area. Here's an inhale. Let's finish with this exhale. Just come back to neutral for a moment. We're going to come down to the elbows. This is also nice to do if your wrists get a little tired from being on your hands and knees. You can do this version. So we're going to continue that same sensation of cat-cow. Inhale, tip the pelvis back, creating a bit of a back bend. Looking forward, exhale, round it out. Now I feel not only the rounded spine, but also a little stretch and pull through the lats here. So another variation of cat-cow, getting into the lats a little bit. So for our plank pose, we have several variations of the posture. Our typical plank, which we'll do in a moment. A pose which I call Dolphin Plank, which will be something similar to what we're doing right now. Well, we're doing plank, but instead of on our hands, we're on our forearms and elbows. And then we'll take that right into Dolphin Pose, which is a variation of downward facing dog. And again, rather than being on our hands, we'll be on our forearms and elbows. All right, let's pause. Let's come back up onto hands. And we'll crawl off the blanket and set it to the side for now. Let's move into downward facing dog. Setting ourselves up. At the moment, the wrists are right underneath the shoulders. We'll step the hands forward, spreading out the fingers to experience a wonderful stretch between each finger. Lean forward, pressing palms flat into the mat. And as you're pressing, feel the strength and energy in your arms, which is good here. We want to keep them straight and strong. Tuck your toes. Then we'll inhale for cow. That's our back bend. Exhale into cat. Hold cat. Then lift your knees and send your hips into the air. Go slowly. Keep the knees bent and just feel your head and chest kind of dip between the arms and just feel the natural stop of the chest or torso between the arms. You might get low enough where your ears run alongside the arms. Still pressing firmly into the mat with the hands, even a bit more of a press towards your thumbs and index fingers. So as a press more towards inner palms and more of an energy in your inner arms. This is our downward facing dog. We're just holding here for a moment just to feel the strength and energy of the posture, but also as a nice setup for dolphin in a moment. All right, just keep pressing into the floor with the hands. Hips are lifting. And we're going to take a pause for a moment just to take a break. And here we go. Just bringing the knees down. You can keep toes tucked. Walk your hands towards the knees so you can sit back and take the pressure off of the hand. We'll do a little relief work for the wrist because we're going to do a lot of work where we're on our hands with that force flex sensation. So what you could do is just kind of flip the palms the other way. I like to do a gentle palm press or upper hand press into the mat just for counter positioning. But what really works for me is a little circle of the wrists and wiggle of the fingers. So in our downward facing dog, arms are straight and strong. There's a hugging in sensation of inner arms towards each other, certainly working through the shoulders, lengthening and strengthening through the whole torso, and you might even feel this in the lats here as well. So let's go back to our down dog. Setting it up, same thing. Hands forward, spread out fingers, press palms into the mat, straight, strong arms, toes are tucked, lifting the knees, send hips up and back. You can see how the chest kind of dips between the arms. You can relax the head. You can see behind you. Maybe you can see your feet. What you could do just for a bit more of a shoulder opening, slowly and carefully just keep sinking the chest between the arms as if you're sending your chest towards your feet. It'll create a bit of a binding sensation in the shoulders, so you don't want to go too far, and then just lighten it up and come out. But again, straight arms,
pressing towards inner thumbs, or inner palms really, towards thumbs and index fingers. Inner arms feel like they're squeezing towards each other. Notice the sensation in your shoulders, arms, lats, torso. Okay, let's come down. Let's take another rest. Let's relieve the wrist, and we're going to go to plank pose. But we're going to do it from down dog. But relieve the wrists. You can do this anytime. If your wrists feel like they get a little tired, and they typically will, because mine do, just take a rest. Wiggle their fingers. Let's go back to down dog, and you'll see the transition you can make from down dog to plank pose. Like again, these are really good upper body strengthening positions without doing a whole lot of movement. Just static holds, basically. So here's down dog. I'm going to start shifting my whole upper body forward until my shoulders are over wrists. Hips are about shoulder level. Just going to make some adjustments with the feet and the hands. And just feel straight and strong here. Feeling an energy moving through the top of your head towards the front of the room, heels towards the back of the room, and still practicing an engaged core by pulling the belly button up towards spine. Imagine doing cat pose, but your spine and your torso is straight and strong. All right, gets a little tiring, so we're going to do another rest. So that's plank, just for a good hold. Again, relieve, walk back, take the time that you need. All right, our next pose will be that dolphin plank. Now I find it takes some of the pressure off of the wrists, since we're going to be resting on our forearms. It's going to put more pressure or energy, let's say, in the lats, but also in your core. So here we go. Let's place the hands out here. I'm going to step the knees back a little bit. You can bring the elbows right down to the mat. Now, if you need some padding, you can always bring your blanket back in or fold in your mat towards yourself. Alrighty. Now for this, we don't want to put too much pressure in the elbows. You really want to send the energy forward more towards the hands as best as you can. Even gripping the mat with your fingertips. All right, so on my knees, tuck toes, and just lifting the knees until I'm in plank pose or dolphin plank. You're going to feel this in your shoulders, chest, core. It's good core, strengthening posture in the static hold. Just like in down dog, you're going to feel that energy hugging inward towards inner arms, like you're squeezing or even holding on to something. Very dynamic posture, great for upper body strengthening as we hold, in addition to our core strengthening. Okay, we're going to pause. Let's bring the knees down. You can even sit back into child's pose for a moment, which I'm going to do, bringing forehead right down to the floor, or bringing a blanket. I'm just going to bring in my block. And since that's a lot of energy needed in the shoulders in that posture, let's relax the shoulders and arms by bringing the arms down by your side like this. Call this embryo pose, kind of a variation of child's pose. And just let the shoulders, watch my shoulders, I'm just going to let them drop and relax here. No engagement. And because my palms are up, I can actually kind of wiggle my fingers, getting some relief in the wrists. So another variation of child's pose to get to a full rest and relief. We are prepared, or getting prepared to do that posture once again. So our dolphin plank, and then we'll take that into a full dolphin posture, and I'll give you a variation of how you can be in that pose. Let's go to our dolphin plank now. Rising up and move my block to the side. Bring the forearms back out here. Now you can see, maybe you can't see, but I've got my arms parallel to one another, like railroad tracks. Spread out your fingers, grip the mat with fingertips, a little shift forward. Again, putting more weight or energy towards the hands and fingers, a little less pressure in the elbows. Tuck toes, lift the knees. I'm just stepping the feet back because I want to create a strong straight line. Be careful if you're sinking too low or up too high. We're trying to find that straight line or straight-ish line here. Hug to midline. Inhaling for the length. Exhaling to hug in. Squeezing inner arms towards each other, even though they're not moving, like you're holding on to something. Belly button pulling up towards spine. Okay, I'm going to rest. Same thing, just kind of sit back. Let's get ready for Dolphin Pose. Now you can do Dolphin with that same railroad track arm formation on the floor. We're going to do a different variation to start with. We're actually going to create a little triangle like this with the arms and even interlace the fingers. So we have this nice triangle shape, and that might give us a little bit more stability as we get into the pose. Alrighty? Rather than palms down, you're turning the hands in, which might feel a little bit more natural. So I'm going to bring the arms down, make that A-frame, interlace fingers. And again, we don't want the weight too far back in the elbows. We want the weight forward towards the folded fingers here. Alrighty, so we'll start with our Dolphin Plank, stepping back, getting up onto the toes. Weight is forward. This is a wonderful way to also do Dolphin Plank. Okay, this is what will happen to get into Dolphin. I'm just going to step the feet forward, keeping the knees bent. Hips will go high. Shift forward a little bit. Tiptoe forward, knees bent, hips high. Shift weight forward, but you're kind of sinking the head between the arms. And it really puts you right into your Dolphin Pose. I'm pushing into the floor with the fists and forearms, just so I stay lifted and don't feel like I'm going to collapse and drop towards the ground, but pushing the floor away with the forearms. So this is Dolphin Pose. Lifting so you can feel all these sensations. Shoulders, lats, chest, back, and even your core. One more breath in and out. And let's come back down. Let's come back to that embryo pose, that variation of child's pose, so we can release and relax to finish our practice. So even though we didn't do many postures, certainly no vinyasa or flowing, just coming to some poses for a static hold, just to build endurance strength, particularly in our upper bodies. All right, 2 more breaths here. And we'll slowly rise up and take a seat. Good. Maybe another circle of the shoulders just to relieve the shoulders after all that wonderful work. A deep breath. And one last movement together. We'll inhale, extend the arms out and up. Big stretch. Exhale, bring your palms together and down to your heart. Take one more breath here. And as we come to the close of our practice together, we bow, saying, Namaste.
Thank you so much for watching and participating in this yoga lesson. To help us with the channel so we can continue to bring you more content, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. It's really appreciated. Namaste.